Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about having the Lord on your side. For we know if it had not been for the Lord that was on our side, we wouldn't have made it this far. So I'm going to read that exact scripture, Psalms 124. If it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, let Israel now say, if it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us, they would have swallowed us alive. I want to say to you, if it had not been for the Lord who was on my side, I wouldn't have made it this far. If it had not been for the Lord who was on your side, you wouldn't have made it this far. I want us to understand that people make mistakes, and sometimes they fall short of God's glory. But that doesn't mean that we cast them aside or we try to kill them. The Lord had grace upon you and I. The Lord had mercy upon you and I. Extended His grace, on you and I, and had mercy upon you and I. And He spared us from a lot of things. And if it had not been for Him, we would have been destroyed. But I want to say to you, my brothers and my sisters, sometimes people fall short. And when they do, we are there to help them, pull them up, not to tear them down or to kill them. And I think that's one of the problems that the church have done to people. Once they make mistakes, we kill them. That is not how Jesus operated. He doesn't operate like that. God is there to assist you, to help you on your journey and your destiny. And when you fall short, He's there to help you through it. Now, we do have to pay for the things that we do. When you do things out of the will of God, out of your flesh, you're going to pay for it. But however, we shouldn't look at people different because they made mistakes or done things. People make mistakes and people do things and they fall short. So I want to say to you, if it had not been for the Lord on your side, you would have done some things too. You probably would have done more than you've done. Or some of us would have done way more than what the average person would have done. And some people haven't done too much of anything. And that's good. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good. They haven't. But there's some people who have done a lot of things, and they needed God's grace, and they needed God's mercy to stand. So who are we to cast down or to kill who God had got His hands upon? Sometimes God allowed things to happen, allow people to go through certain things, so He can get them closer to Him. And so they'll know that Jesus was the only one who brung them through. Because when they fell short, people left. And people will leave you the moment you fall short. So I want to say to you, be mindful of what you say about God's people and the things that they do. Because some people fall short. And when they do, you don't want to be the one who are casting the stones all the time, because you might be that very one to fall with something even worse or the same thing they fail with. So have a little compassion, have a little mercy on people when they mess up. Have a little compassion, a little mercy. You're going to want that same thing if you mess up. And who's to say you're not going to mess up anytime soon? You know how y'all think. Now, I know we have to live a holy, righteous life, but I also understand that people are flesh and they make mistakes. So, we have to be mindful that people are human. And I just want to say that to each and every one of you. If it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, nobody would have made it. Nobody could make it. So we all need Jesus and His strength. We all need Jesus to help us through our journey. Sometimes, we get off course and we mess up and He spanks us and put us back on course. If you're chosen, He going to spank you. He going to correct you if you're chosen. Anybody that's chosen, trust me, you will be corrected. So, let's not point the finger at people who make mistakes, because it could be pointed 7 times back to you when you make one. This is Evangelist Tammy Jerome Adams. So I want to say to you, have a blessed, wonderful day today. And remember not to look down on people, not to point the finger at people. Because if it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, none of us would have made it. God bless you.